So, I'm going to present to you the social dilemma that I've observed. So, people aren't able to get into relationships, and people are dating wrong. People want to get into relationships, but everybody on all teams are just having a bad time. And the reason why we're having a bad time is because we're dating wrong. And that is, we're dating to get the other person to like us, instead of dating to find out if we like the other person or not. We're not even spending the time to actually find out if we really like them. We're too busy performing and trying to secure the next date, secure the relationship from this person, get them to like us so that they could give us the reward of their feelings and their validation and this concept of a relationship so that we could get our needs met. When we're dating from this place of lack, where we haven't figured out how to fulfill the feelings that we're trying to get, we're not having a good time. Honestly, it just feels really not fun. It doesn't feel good when someone is hanging all of their happiness on how you behave and how you treat them and how you play a role in their life. And if you don't fulfill that role, you don't do the right thing, then they won't like you. You lose that connection. You lose that opportunity for this thing that you want. So you really have to figure out how to feel those feelings within yourself. The way that we cultivate those feelings ourselves is we stay present with ourselves. We give ourselves the love that we are hoping for others to give us. And we give the love to ourselves. The love that we hope to give another person, because we hope that other person would love us back. We just give that love to ourselves. And we have to recognize that as this is love. This is what love feels like in my body. And then you embody that feeling of love. Any other feeling that you want to get from another person, like safety, belonging, feeling desired. How do you make yourself feel safe in your body? You let yourself know that you won't abandon yourself. You tell yourself that no matter what, you will be there for yourself. Tell yourself the things that you want someone else to tell you. And recognize that is how you love yourself. That is how you feel the feelings that you want another person to give you. You want to feel like you belong. Like you need to belong to yourself. You need to recognize that you do belong. You just do with yourself. And you need to let go of any of the thoughts or ideas that tell you otherwise. You just need to fight for the feelings that you want to feel. If you have resistance, just remember that it's a mental game. All you need to do is check in with yourself, return to your breath, calm yourself, breathe deeply, and recognize you either hold on to your pain and the stories that hold you back and keep you small and keep you in your pain, or you decide to let it go. You have to decide to let it go and choose your higher self, choose to love yourself, to embrace all parts of yourself and recognize your wholeness is now. You are already whole. There's nothing that you need to do or change. You just need to recognize it. You just need to not believe all the stories and the ideas that tell you that you're not actually whole. If you stop believing the idea that you're not actually whole, you could just be whole. You actually already are. Just don't believe otherwise. So the reason why I'm really driving this home, the fact that you are already whole, and I need you to believe this, like completely internalize the fact that you are whole. You have everything that you need, all the feelings that you need another person to give you, that you want another person to give you, that it feels like you don't have because you are incomplete, or you're broken, or you're just like in this fragmented space. You feel like you are not happy with who you are and where you are and what your life looks like right now. Like, for you to accept like the reality of your life and the reality of who you are, and to let go of the idea that you are not like broken, that you're not broken, and that you're not worthy of love and everything that you desire in your heart. Like, you actually do get to have what you want, and that there's actually nothing in the world that needs to change about you to make you more worthy. And your value as a human being is already like inherent. Like, you already have value because you are alive, because you are a human being and you're alive. Because as a newborn baby, like the moment you were born, you had value just because you were born. Like, a baby has no value to society other than the fact that it's a baby. Yeah, it's going to turn into an adult that could produce things, but like as a baby, it has no productivity, does nothing other than the fact that it's alive. And you as an adult, you retain that value as an adult human being because you're alive. Your value as a person is not tied to your productivity. It's not tied to what you do for society or for your other humans. Like, that is part of your character, but that is not tied to your inherent value as a human being. All human beings have value because they're human beings. And this is a core concept that you need to internalize, because once you recognize your wholeness, that you don't need other people to validate you as a human, to give you those feelings that you don't feel like you have on your own, to realize and learn how that you can cultivate those feelings yourself. And you could go to space, you could find spaces that help you feel those feelings naturally without like going to people and like begging them to give you those feelings. Like, you have friends, you have family, you have communities where you could feel safety and belonging and like love. Like, friends could love you in a very, very similar way that a romantic partner does. Back to the point of, if you dated from a place of wholeness, and the goal then is not to get the other person to like you, you are dating from a place of, okay, I'm now deciding like I'm good. I'm just wanting to find out if I like this person. And you could still date wrong from that place too, if you're still needing this person. Like, you're not trying to perform for this person, but you are still needing this person to fulfill a role in your life, for them to secure like a future for you, so that you could have a spouse with them, so that you could have a family with them down the line. Essentially, you're looking for an insurance policy. Like, that is also an unhealthy way of dating, an unnice way of dating. Like, you are just seeing them as, again, like a means to an end, to fulfill something for you. You're not seeing them in their whole humanity. Essentially, the right way to date is to show up in your whole humanity and to meet another person in their whole humanity with all of their baggage and imperfections, and you meet them with all of your baggage and imperfections, and your job is to be yourself, to get to know this other person, and to have a good time. It's like, create moments that feel good between you so that you could build a relationship with more interactions. You should be trying to feel good with this person if you want to move on with this person, to like to continue seeing them. But for you to decide to even make that decision to determine like whether you actually want to see them again, you need to get to know them deeply as a person. And the way that you get to know a person deeply is by being really good at conversation and to connect with them authentically. So that's a big part of the reason why people aren't able to date effectively or date well. We have lost that skill, or maybe have never learned that skill of authentically connecting with people. In the pursuit of dating wrong, of trying to get the other person to like us, we were not concerned with truly connecting with them. We were concerned with playing a role, playing the game, performing a certain way to manipulate them into them so that they could like us. So we were not connecting genuinely. We were not actually being our true selves. We were being a way that we think that the other person would like, so that we could get them to like us. We were anticipating what we should be so that because we wanted them to like us, instead of just being ourselves and finding out, do they actually like the real me? Because that's what really matters. Like, why are we trying to get a person that we don't really even know to like us? We're not even showing them the real us. We're being like a fake version of us, and to try to get them to like us. But none of that is real. So you can see why, like, when I explain it that way, like, why dating like that is a horrible experience and terribly just ineffective. So we need to date from a place of, okay, our wholeness is intact. We could get the feelings that we need to feel. The only thing that we probably are lacking is like the touch aspect. I'll talk about that in a different video. But yeah, how do we authentically connect with people if that's the problem? Like, we don't know if we like this person. This other person doesn't even know who we are. So how do we do that? We have to show them who we are. We have to be able to show them and talk about ourselves and open up. So the skill of connecting involves being able to connect to ourself first. So this, again, it's that concept of whatever we want from another person, like we give it to ourselves. So in this sense, like, we want this other person to get to know us, to see us for who we really are. So for them to know who we really are, we need to know who we really are, so that we could like express that to them, so that we could truly communicate and show them and be able to talk about, like, help them understand in like a variety of different ways who we really are, and for them to see who we really are. Like, we need to know how to do that for ourselves in order to help this other person do it. So if we want this other person to see us for who we truly are. No, we need to see us for who we truly are. Like, how do we want this other person to think and feel about us? How do we want to feel when we're with them? What is the type of love that we want from this other person? The best place to be with that would be to be loved unconditionally. And again, if we want another person to treat us that way, we have to treat ourselves that way. We have to give ourselves the feeling that we want another person to give us. It'll always be this reverse engineering kind of thing in this effort of getting this other person to get to know us. We have to get to know ourselves really, really well, and we have to see ourselves in a way that makes us feel good, so that we know how to express ourselves and portray ourselves and be able to talk about ourselves in a way with this idea in mind that I see myself this way. And it would be great if you also see me in that way too. Because you can't tell them how to think about you. You can't just say, hey, I'm all these things, and believe me. Like, you can't like spoon feed them that and like successfully think that that's enough for them to get to know you. Usually when someone tells you what they are, it's like kind of off-putting. It's like you're not really being that thing. You're not really being that thing when you're just saying you're that thing. Like you have to walk your talk. You have to show like your character by being what you say, and you show your character by like sharing stories about yourself. But yeah, that I'm pretty much at the end of this video. Hope that was helpful.